Okay, you're going to ask me this. Okay, Chris, you're talking about Medicare Advantage, how awful it is. But one, I've had a great experience with Medicare Advantage. Yes, I've seen your comments, thousands of them. You've had a great experience. And then when we ask in the follow up, most of you say, I'm 66 years old or I'm 67 years old. Fantastic. If you can make it through your entire Medicare journey, the whole thing that you go through from the beginning until the end, and you have a great experience on Medicare Advantage and you never have to use it, that's great. It's great until you need to use it. It's great for the small things, but not necessarily the big things. And that's when you find out what you actually bought. So what do? If you can afford it, consider a Medigap plan, Medicare Supplement plan. There's even a plan called High Deductible Plan G that functions a little bit like Medicare Advantage in one respect, and that is that it's got a very low monthly premium, typically between $40 and $80 a month. And it gives a big deductible there. If you cross over the deductible, and that amount changes every single year, but if you hit that deductible of paying things out of your pocket, then the Medicare Supplement plan pays everything. So it'll feel like when you're paying your costs with Medicare, as you're going through, you're paying all the bills, you're paying the 20%, you're paying the Medicare Part B deductible, you'd pay the Part A deductible if you go in the hospital, which is significant. However, you've got a safety net there. The safety net means you won't drain all of your money out of your bank account. And if you compare it, the High Deductible Plan G deductible that you have to hit before it kicks in, it's a max out of pocket, really is what it should be called. When that kicks in, you don't pay anything else for the rest of that year. So it is a safety net, and you have no networks, no restrictions, no prior authorizations to speak of, and you can go anywhere you want to in the country that accepts Medicare, which is just about everybody. So it's got a safety net, which is less than what the max out of pocket would be on most all Medicare Advantage plans. Let me say that again slowly. On a Medicare Advantage plan, people say they nickel and dime you to death. They have copays and huge deductibles and copays and all that. On a High Deductible Plan G, you're merely paying the part that Medicare doesn't pay after Medicare negotiates that price down to the Medicare allowable amount. That's a significant thing. It's a huge savings. Doctor says they want to charge you $400 for a visit. Medicare says, that's nice. That visit's only worth $90 according to our fee schedule. The doctor has to accept $90. They don't bill you the difference of all the rest. You only have to pay 20% of the $90. So you're paying small copays as you go along with the High Deductible Plan G, but you maintain the freedom and the flexibility to go anywhere you want with no one telling you what you can't do. That's pretty important. So consider High Deductible Plan G before you give up a Medicare supplement plan altogether. It might be something that's worthwhile to you. But if you have to be on a Medicare Advantage plan, and yes, we've got thousands of people who are. Why? Why do you sell a Medicare Advantage plan? Because not everybody can afford a Medicare supplement. We get that. Some people have what they used to say is a champagne taste on a beer budget. Well, we have plenty of different kinds of beer, but you don't want to have the beer without somebody guiding you like a sommelier. That's a wine reference with beer, but hey, it works. You need to have somebody guide you to the right plan so that you don't get stuck with a plan that's too small, too many insured lives, elsewhere in the bigger plans you didn't go with. You went to a tiny plan with not enough insured lives so that when the rate increases happen, it hits you like a Mack truck. You don't want to be stuck on a plan like that because similar to a Medicare Advantage plan, if you get on a wrong Medicare supplement plan, you can't move to another one because to go from one plan to another in most states still, you have to go through underwriting. Now, more and more states are passing the birthday rule. I get that. But it's important to have somebody guide you through the process so you're not on your own trying to figure all that stuff out. It doesn't cost you a dime more. What they charge you directly, if you did all the work and all the research and all the pain and anguish and maybe picked the wrong plan, what you'd pay there is the same thing you'd pay if a broker did all that work for you. It can simply guide you and say, hey, you got a good plan there. Don't touch it. Or here's something that might work better for you based on what you told me first by listening to you. So John Oliver's piece has been really insightful to me. It's shown a lot of the different studies and video clips that we've seen over the years. I added a couple more here for commentary, but I want to know what you have to think about this. Watch the full thing. If profanity and sexual innuendo and all that kind of stuff does not offend you, it's on YouTube, but it does shed more light on this topic of Medicare Advantage because the only thing that's being said out there in the ether in the main media world is what you're getting paid to put your eyeballs in front of. They're paying to put this commercial in front of you that Medicare Advantage is no cost. And it's just like original Medicare. In reality, it's not. So if you're going Medicare Advantage, go in eyes wide open, knowing that you're going to need somebody to be your advocate. Thanks for watching. God bless you. And stay tuned for more updates. Please share this video with somebody who's considering their Medicare Advantage or their Medicare Supplement choices going forward. Talk to you soon.